British Championships 2018 promotion playoffs here in gorgeous Stoke-on-Trent. Hey up, all you listeners at home. I used to live in Stoke, so I'm allowed to say that. I am loud and queer, and I am joined by
Stormageddon.
And we have the wonderful Mimey as our producer. So you will not hear them, but they are behind the scenes providing us with all kinds of wonderful statistics. Here on the Just One Body track is going to be the last game on this track for today, and it is going to be Dorset Knobs Roller Derby facing off against North Wales Roller Derby, and this is the men's Tier 3 semi-final. We have just had Bristol take the win over Kent, so Bristol will advance to the Tier 3 men's final tomorrow. But we're going to take you through the rosters before it all kicks off. Stormy, do you want to take us through North Wales?
Absolutely. So on North Wales, we've got 0151 BVG, 02 Bad Twin, 106 Lily, 14 Earth Squirm Jim, 182 Tom Thump, 19 Spike Killigan, 269 Wheelie Bryn, 3 is Bankay, 47 is Liam Needson, 65 is Freaking Gnarly, 766 is J Rex, 95 is McLeod, 96 is Mushy Wookie, and 97 is Hyperlink.
I make absolutely no apologies for the fact that I will be bringing out my Welsh accents for some of these names. I am half Welsh, it's fine, but I think Wheelie Bryn is going to be a great fun one to say. And for Dorset Knobs Roller Derby, we have 01 Thai Cheetah, 02 Special K, 03 Wolf Nipple Chips, 10 Benton Hammer, 109 Boomstick, 27 Half-Life, 314 Tim Carr Smashian, 333 Macdeath, 37 Lunchbox, 39 Mother Mercy, 420 Alex is on Fire, 7 Banjo, 792 Rolling Thunder, 88 Artie McSly, and 9 is Little Chef.
So we've got about 40 seconds left until we actually start.
40 seconds to build the tension. Ooh. If you all could just sit at home and think about how tense this is going to be for the next 30 seconds, that would be grand.
Or a 30-second drum roll.
Oh, okay, we're doing a drum roll. We're aware that nobody else can hear it. That's deeply awkward. So just to clarify, Dorset Knobs are playing in black with a red and yellow accents. North Wales in a lovely shade of grass green. And that whistle tells us it's time for some roller derby. So we have 1-4, that's Earth Square Gym for North Wales Roller Derby. And we have 2-7 Half-Life for the Dorset Knobs.
And they're off. Both jammers quick on their marks. Earth Square Gym trying to take that outside line, bouldering his way around to take the lead.
Yeah, nice use of that outside line there. Half-Life out of the pack, hot on his heels.
That's Quimjin up for first scoring pass. Gets all the points he needs, calls off the jam.
So nice quick jam to start us off.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, that's what we like. I mean, we have seen a huge variety of play today. We had games earlier where they were running long jams to 35 points, and we've had some short snappy jams of 0 or 1 point. But I have not seen North Wales play before. I have seen Dorset Knobs play. They're a very fun team to watch, very, very reactive, very smart when they're down. But in the meantime, it is Bad Twin who picks up, oh no, I lied. Bad Twin picks up a cut track penalty for North Wales, leaving Boomstick on a power jam for Dorset Knobs.
So this does mean lead, of course, is still open as Bad Twin got that penalty in the initial pass. That's a hit out on the outside line there.
But North Wales doing a great power kill right here. Bit of contention there on the outside line. A few little bits of scrappy hits being thrown. And after almost 50 seconds of play, Boomstick does pick up the lead. Great power kill there by North Wales as Bad Twin is also now back on track.
So Bad Twin gets on track. They call off the jam. He hadn't had his initial pass yet.
But Boomstick did pick up 1 point. And of course, 2 jams in. That means we are split. 50% lead for either team. We'll see how those statistics develop as the game goes on. And we now have, that is 106 for North Wales. That is Lily. And 03 Wolf Nipple Chips. One of my all-time favourite derby names for Dorset Knobs.
Every time I see him skate, I want to ask him if there's a story behind that name, and every time I forget.
I'm sure there is. In the meantime, Lily has picked up lead for North Wales. Wolf Nipple Chips being drawn back in the straightaway by 9-5. That's McLeod.
Lily nearly free at the front of the pack, but is being recycled all the way back by Thunder.
Wolf Nipple Chips not having much luck at the front either, but does shake off a pretty wide hit to make it through on the initial. Nice spinning action there from Lily. Oh, and a glorious hit out there by 792 Rolling Thunder. Woo, I felt that from up here.
Ooh. I mean, they've had a high five. They're all good. They're still friends.
It's okay, but I mean, goodness me, we're only 3.5 minutes in. Calm down, chaps. Oh, still time.
So no, you can't calm down when it's champs on the line. Like, you know, it's serious business.
It is. I mean, I suppose it's easy for me to say. Oh, we're in a timeout. We're for some much needed track repair, which gives me time to just mention our wonderful sponsors. You are watching the Just One Body track. Just One Body are a amazing osteopath. They are actually here in the venue providing all kinds of nice massages for a fee, of course. And we do appreciate their sponsorship so very much. We also have Roller Derby City to thank. They are sponsoring our other track.
So it looks like we're back on action with Little Chef on the jam line taking on Earthsquirm Jim. Bit of jammer on jammer hit before both plunge into their packs.
Yeah, just feeling each other out a wee bit.
I mean, you don't want to get too comfortable as a jammer, so it's best to kind of throw the other one off their game a bit.
Earthsquirm Jim picking up lead for North Wales. Little Chef still stuck in the pack. Oh, as I say that, he scoops around the outside. Nice and easy for his initial. Earthsquirm Jim just checking in with his bench and shaving a few seconds off the period clock before calling the jam.
I mean, it's still early days, but both teams are playing incredibly defensively, but they know that they're pretty evenly matched as teams go, so they don't want to get too complacent.
Yeah, quite a different start from the previous game on this track, which was Bristol versus Kent. That was pretty aggressive and scrappy from the get-go, both very smart and strong teams. These teams playing a little bit more classic derby, I would say. Trying to get in those three walls, but really struggling right now.
Ooh.
And Half-Life picks up lead for the Dorset Knobs. Bad Twin, not even a quarter of a trap behind. Oh, big hit there from 0151 BVG, forcing Half-Life to call that jam. And just checking in with the scoreboard, I mean, you know, it's a very, very low-scoring game so far as we head into Jam 6. Only 1 point on the board for Dorset Knobs and 14 for North Wales right now.
Boomstick jamming up against Hyperstick for North Wales. First time jamming today.
I thought you said Hyperstick then for a minute, and I was like, oh, we've got Boomstick and Hyperstick. What are the odds? It's Hyperlink, and Hyperlink has picked up lead. Oh, Nice last minute hit there from 420 of Dorset Knobs. Alex is on fire, but Hyperlink managing to stay in bounds. Boomstick now out of the pack, giving chase.
Both jammers now on a scoring pass. Boomstick weaving his way around that pack, whereas Hyperlink up in front.
Some lovely smooth skating there from Boomstick, just seeming to have just a bit more comfortable in his skating than Hyperlink at the moment, who is looking a wee bit unstable on his wheels.
I think Hyperlink was really struggling with keeping up with the pack speed there. I mean, he was clear of all the blockers for quite a while, but he couldn't even overtake his own team, which allowed the Dorset Knobs to kind of reform in front of him.
I can see from here that Hyperlink is wearing radar wheels, which is a lovely coincidence given that they are our sponsor of the Jam Lines this weekend. And if you do want to check out radar wheels, just radar hula wheels, you can just give them a Google. Type it into the old internet. It's 0-3 for Dorset Knobs. Wolf Nipple Chips up against 1-4. That is... I've lost my names. It's Earthsquirm, Jim.
Earthsquirm.
Wolf and Earth. Wolf versus Earth. Who shall win? Earth shall triumph over Wolf. Some kind of like...
I didn't know wolf
fable.
was an element, but like, okay, we'll go with it.
I'm sure it's some kind of natural fable about Mother Earth. I don't know. I'll make up a narrative. Earthquirm Jim, in the meantime, picking up the full 5 points. Wolf Nipple Chips trapped behind J-Rex and McLeod. Nice duck and dive there from Earthquirm Jim, making it look so easy. Oh,
big hit by Tom Fump that sees Wolf Nipple Chips go down and have to do that fight all over again against that Wales wall.
Oh, and there he goes again. Oh, a double.
Oh, but Tom Fump takes a direction of play penalty for the privilege.
Just warming the penalty box for us as Earthsquirm Jim is coming up against a Dorset wall which is in full defensive lockdown. All three of them there. Oh, spoke too soon. That's 7-9-2. Going up to offer some help. Rolling Thunder out the front. Now drops back to Bridge. Earthsquirm Jim choosing to run this jam despite being in control with lead status.
I mean, who can blame him? At this point, you can see Wolf Nipple Chips is really struggling with this wall. He's not getting a load of scoring passes. So absolutely, like, it makes perfect sense. He's getting his 5-point passes. Keep it going.
And Wolf Nipple Chips just tried to pass off the start to the pivot. Has passed it successfully, but pivot taking a bit of a hit on the chin. That's number 8 for Dorset Knobs. Not able to capitalise on that, Artie McSly. And North Wales now firmly out in front with a 37 points on the board to Dorset Knobs' 5.
A 19-point jam for North Wales.
I mean, that's all right. That's tidy, that is. It's bang tidy.
I don't know, like, it needs to be 20. It needs to be neat.
Well, it needs to be 20 points in order to be a tidy jam.
Yeah.
I take your point, Stormy. I take your point. A quick lead now. 4-0-3 of North Wales. Lost my mind there. It's not 0-3. It's 0-2. Bad Twin. Sweeping past the apex like it's not even there.
He's jamming up against Little Chef, who's still fighting for that all-important initial pass. You could see him kind of reaching out for a friend as he got squished in between that pack, but managed to break himself free and get out of his initial.
Bad Twin trying to take Little Chef with off Spike Milligan, but doesn't quite get the purchase he needs. Little Chef coming in hot and spinning around with some great upper body control for 4 points.
It's making me happy that most of the time when Bad Twin's on to jam, he's got a blocker with him who is I'd assume his good twin, who is Tom Fump.
Oh, are they actually twins in real life?
Well, I mean, if you look at them, they're like pretty much the same person, only one of them's a jammer and one of them's a blocker.
I literally didn't know, but this is a shame then that his name isn't Good Twin.
No, I know, it's a bit of a wasted
Honestly,
opportunity.
lads, a bit, yeah, kind of do better. It's all about the names in roller derby. It's not like this is a serious sport with prizes and things at stake. Oh my God, everyone's going off track. That's a no pass, no penalty, picked up there by Half-Life, who maintains lead status.
Whereas Lily is out of the pack.
Oh, and Half-Life attempts the outside straightaway leap. Doesn't land it because it's basically impossible by physics.
I mean, give it a good go, though. I mean, we've seen enough people defy physics today.
And if you're playing Derby Bingo at home, you can cross off. Ref goes to the ground. Poor Duke Special taking a wee bit of a hit there, but she's fine. She's grand. We now have Boomstick on the jam. And up against Square and Jim once again. He seems to be everywhere. But it is Boomstick picking up the lead now. Dorset Knobs coming back with a vengeance. They want to catch up this differential.
Square and Jim using the hips of BVG to get himself out, but picks up a penalty as he leaves the pack. So it is a power jam in favour of the Dorset Knobs with Boomstick with lead.
And that is the first power jam, I believe, since the first jam. And Square Jim is sitting in the penalty box for a forearms.
Boomstick has taken lead for Dorset Knobs for the 4th time today that Dorset Knobs have gotten lead.
And he's really favouring the outside line. He's very good at ducking under and getting his body in just the right position so that to invite a hit would be to invite something like a back block. Almost caused the jam there, but decides to pop past one more player to get the points. And Earthworth Jim had left the penalty box, so it will not be a power start, as they might have been hoping. Pretty clean game so far in terms of penalties. We've got one player on each team. Tom Thump for North Wales and Rolling Thunder for Dorset on 2. Tim Carr Smashian for Dorset on 1. And Bad Twin, Erskine and Jim, Bankai and McLeod on 1 apiece for North Wales. So a lovely clean game. But then again, we are only 14 minutes in.
A Rolling Thunder, first time today, is up to jam for Dorset Knobs, and he is being brutally hit around by that North Wales wall.
Oh, I hear he enjoys it, so...
Oh, well, sorted then.
He looks like he's having a lovely time. There he goes, and now he's lead. He's fine.
He's being chased down by Bad Twin.
I mean, that sounds like a kind of a horror story, doesn't it? It's Rolling Thunder, chased down by Bad Twin. It's a reason I'm not a writer.
I mean, it does sound like, you know, those sort of horror movies that you get from the pound shop.
Those ones, yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that were made on like $40.
Yeah.
By film school students. No disrespect to film school students, but really, some of the things you come up with at a young age.
I mean, you can't blame them for trying, though, can you?
I never will. I'll never blame anyone for just having a go. Yeah. Even if you do it horribly, follow your own path. We're in a timeout, and that is time for us to update you on a wee statistic brought to us by our wonderful producer, Mimey. That was the 3rd consecutive lead for Dorset, and it does show they have caught up a bit in the last few jams. 3 points to Dorset in that last jam. 1 to North Wales, and the score sitting 47-21 in the favour of the team from the valleys. And like, I can say that because they've got mountains on their shirts. It's just lovely, a lovely homage to their roots. Stormy's looking at me like, "What are you chatting about? Are you an advertisement for holidays in North Wales or something?"
I'm trying to figure out at what points you're doing a Welsh accent and at which points you're not.
I mean, nobody ever really knows. I am, like I said, I am half Welsh. Sometimes it just comes out of me.
Oh, okay.
Have I ever lived in Wales? No. Do I have a Welsh accent sometimes and I don't realise it? Absolutely.
I think we all do at times. Like, you just embrace your inner Welsh.
God works in mysterious ways, and sometimes it's through a Welsh accent. In the meantime, however, Hyperlink is on the jam line for North Wales, and he's up against Little Chef, who throws a wee bit of a shoulder hit in before dancing around the North Wales wall like he's some kind of ballet dancer. Just beautiful footwork to pick up the lead for Dorset Knobs. 4th consecutive lead now for the gentlemen in black and red. Shouldn't say gentlemen, actually, sorry, because there are people of all genders on that team.
Also, we don't know how gentle he is.
It's true.
We don't want to make assumptions.
No. Remind me to never make assumptions about people's gentleness ever again.
Little Chev up for his 2nd scoring pass, whereas Wales are still struggling for their initial. Little Chev's really using his speed to his advantage.
Yeah, and Banjo, number 7 on Dorset Knobs, offering up some fantastic offence as well, just to disrupt the North Wales walls. Oh my goodness, the balance of Little Chef. Just gorgeous. Let's see what that does to the score then.
In Dorset Knobs are really closing that points gap now. 30 points sees 47, just a 17-point difference.
I love a good close game. We have had mostly close games here, to be fair. There was one earlier which wasn't so close, but we've had some real nail-biters. Wiltshire versus South Wales earlier went to something like a 4-point game. And South Wales unfortunately lost that one, so North Wales men's team will be looking to avenge that. Half-Life with the lead for Dorset Knobs. Erskine and Jim a quarter of a track behind. Dorset Knobs wall broken apart though.
Big hits by J Rex forces the call off.
But great speed there from Erskine and Jim, who just shatters through Dorset Knobs. They weren't quite together in time on that apex, so he was just able to smash through their arms. They had to drop them to avoid that multiplayer block, and picked up 4 points. And Dorset Knobs in that instant were held scoreless.
Bad Twin with the star up against Boomstick. Boomstick takes that inside line, makes a quick lead within about 4 seconds.
I mean, that's quite quick, isn't it? I mean,
It's pretty
get
quick.
it down to 3 next time, Boomstick, honestly.
I mean, you could try.
Bad Twin facing off against Alex is on fire at the front of the pack and makes it through on the initial. Boomstick popped off a little bit. Nice work there on the inside by Bad Twin. Picks up 4 points. Boomstick decides that's enough of that.
I mean, you could see Bad Twin come in, he's going, I don't want them to get any more points, so let's just stop now.
And we got one of those scores that really pleases me because it's 33 and 55, so you've got the same numbers on each side.
That's
Multiples of 11 as well, our producer points out. Oh, I do love a maths nerd on the mic. I just love it.
I mean, no, I feel like maths is witchcraft, so I'm always a little bit jealous.
Wolf Nipple Chips up against Lily now. And Wolf Nipple Chips, really nice movement of the wall there. Sees the outside, scoops on around to pick up the lead for Dorset Knobs. And that's Dorset's 7th consecutive jam, but credit to North Wales, they're still holding the lead. Oh, but a big opportunity here now for North Wales as Lily is off to the penalty box for a cut trap penalty. This is a power jam in favour of Wolf Nipple Chips and the Dorset Knobs.
Dorset Knobs really jumping on the offensive now, taking off 1 blocker apiece. We'll try and make it an easier job for Wolf Nipple Chips.
But some great one-on-one blocking there from 65. Frickin' gnarly. Kills the power jam. And Wolf Nipple Chips calls it off, icing Lily in the box. So we're going to see our first power start from our radar jam line. So yeah, 7th consecutive jam in a row for Dorset, but North Wales still holding the lead, as I said. So it's we're seeing quite small jams at the moment. None of these big sweeping 2-minute jams that might characterise teams who are less evenly matched. Little Chef on the power start for Dorset Knobs. One to beat at the front, does so, picks up lead.
Meanwhile, Lily is out of the penalty box, chasing down Little Chef.
And we're seeing the pack split apart quite nicely. Big hit out by number 3 there. That's Bankai. Forces the call off. And that's what we're seeing really at the moment with North Wales. When they're in a bit of trouble, their one-on-one hits are very good. They're just able to hit out the Dorset jammers and force them to reset, buying some time for their jammer to come back round, and therefore disrupting Dorset's ability to switch, to make that switch from offence to defence in their own time. It's smart roller derby. Or I could have just made that all up. It sounds good though, doesn't it?
It sounds impressive. I believed you.
And that is Half-Life against Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim up in front.
Oh,
But that's a cut track penalty, so that's another power jam in favour of the Dorset Knobs, with Half-Life picking up lead.
yeah, North Wales running in some really bad jammer luck here, but blockers holding fairly strong. Disruptive offence being run there by Alex is on fire and Artie McSly.
That's Tom Fump up in front, slowing down Half-Life, but the pack is running very wide. So it's...
And BVG being goated in the back by a Dorset 4-ball, but my goodness, great work there from Tom Thump. Interesting decision there. Half-Life calls the jam, so once again, we're going to have a power start for Dorset Knobs.
So this is the 4th power jam that Dorset Knobs have managed to take advantage of. And they've got Boomsting taking the jam line. Another very quick, very speedy jammer who they will hope will take full advantage of North Wales jammer still sat in the penalty box.
But look at the strategy off the jam line there. The North Wales blockers split into 2 and then reformed. However, Boomstick able to just edge past, picking up leads. And now Alex is on fire, really running some nice distracting offense there. And Boomstick takes advantage of the chaos, just breaks some holes in for the full 5. Yeah, look at Alex is on fire. Watch Alex is on fire work. Number 420 for Dorset Knobs. He is very active on the track, trying to be everywhere at once, doing a great job out there. Boomstick on another scoring pass. Earthworm Jim out of the pack on the initial.
And Dorset have also been very clever with breaking apart Wales' wall. Wales are really struggling with keeping everyone together.
Yeah, and that was definitely the death of a couple of teams earlier. You know, it can't be said enough in roller derby. It's not just about how strong and skilled your jammers are. If your blockers are being broken apart and not able to reform, it just makes life so easy for the opposite team. And there has been some fantastic blocking going on today. It is playoffs after all. We would not expect anything less.
So that's Bankai, who is jamming for North Wales, who's gone thundering into the Dorset Knobs wall. He's really shown himself to be a really strong offence, really strong, hard-hitting blocker.
Yeah, it's his first time with the star though, isn't it? So, and he is lead for North Wales. Ooh, flies into number 10, bent on hammer. Clean hit, picks up 4.
Dorset's still working on that initial getting trapped behind Mushy Wookie, which allows North Wales to reform.
And Dorset, of course, at a blocker disadvantage right now. Only bent on hammer and Mother Mercy on track.
Big hit by McLeod, sees Thunder taken all the way back on that inside line.
Oh, nice work there from Bankai, spinning through the apex. And Bankai coming in for another scoring pass. Oh! Leaps, 12 spins, balletic. Just supreme jamming there from Bankai. Oh my goodness, what a jam North Wales is having. This is the biggest jam of the game so far. 23 points on the jam.
Meanwhile, for Dorset, they've passed the star over to Artie McSly. He's taken a pretty big hit on the inside line.
And I'm allowed to say this on stream because we're not in-house. But that looked like a out-of-play block to me from Bankai on Artie McSly. It looked like he had a foot in the infield when he took him down. But I'm not a ref.
No.
The refs haven't called it, so their wisdom is absolute, and I just talk a lot of nonsense. But they are having a wee bit of a conversation in the middle.
Yeah.
Whilst we have some track repair go on. Yeah, the tape got absolutely ripped off during that last jam. Let's look at the score. So 23 points on that last jam for North Wales, holding Dorset Nobs scoreless, putting the score now at 81-52.
I mean, Dorset have kind of been slowly edging their way forward through and through and slowly bringing that points back. But then North Wales have just swooped in and brought it all back to where it was before and kind of reset in a way to where they were earlier on in the game.
Yeah, no, they've definitely taken control of that momentum back.
Yes.
We do like momentum in roller derby. It gets us places.
Gets you far.
Well, with me, it normally gets me on the ground, but you know, balance and gravity, dangerous combination.
We can't all be Bad Twin and Little Chef, who are up to jam right now.
It's true, they are very good at staying upright. Bad Twin pushing at the front, does pick up lead. Little Chef round the outside, taken off and taken back by number 19, Spike Hill again.
Little Chef goes for the apex jump but doesn't quite land it, which is taking him back, while Bad Twin has picked up a 5-point pass.
And Bad Twin coming round again on another scoring pass. Little Chef has slowed down. That is a tough Dorset wall he is against right now. Liam Needsom with the drawback.
I've heard rumours that he's the nicest guy in roller derby.
Liam Needsom.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't hear that from him.
He will find you. Well, points for you at home if you get the reference. I make my own fun. In the meantime, Bad Twin just putting points up. Little Chef still on the initial. And having a go at going backwards.
I mean, if it works, it works. Why not?
Hey, look, it's working. It's working. It worked.
There we go. We all just need to do backwards jamming. That's where we've all been going wrong.
Yeah, but that's a frustrating situation when you make it out of the pack and then jam is called. Just to give you a wee bit of an update, we have just under 3.5 minutes remaining. There is an exact 40-point differential in the score. 92 plays 52 in favour of North Wales on the just one body track. Over on the roller derby city track, we have just got underway. We're in jam 2 of the tier 2 women's. I think that is the semi-final going on over there. Yep, tier 2 women's semi-final, which is London Roller Girls, London Battersea up against Norfolk, and Norfolk currently in the lead 10-1.
But that's still very early on in that game. And anyway, we're more interested in this game. This game's happening like right now.
We are, but there's 2 games of derby going on, which makes me like twice. I was about to say twicely excited, doubly excited. I believe that's the adverb.
I'm absolutely using twicely.
But if you do have any opinions on either of the games going on, or indeed your announcers, please do tweet us using the hashtag BritChamps. You can try British Champs. To be honest, we're not really sure what the official hashtag is, or even if there is one. But try BritChamps, see what happens.
We're going with BritChamps, so we'll make it a thing.
All right. We can do that. Cool. We may or may not check the internet for all these tweets because this derby is quite enthralling. Half-Life now up against Lily. It seems like it's been a while since Lily's been on track, but there he goes, picking up leads. Good for you.
That's third consecutive lead for North Wales. Half-Life makes it out the pack for his initial. Lily brushing off the hits there from Benter and Hammer and calls off the jam.
we have just under 3 minutes left remaining. North Wales flirting with the century mark at the moment, 96. Dorset Knobs making a wee bit of a comeback gradually with 53 points.
That's Earthworm Jim taking on Boomstick for the star. Earthworm Jim is right up in head, being held back by Tai Cheetah.
Oh, beautiful edge work there by Tai Cheetah to slow him down. Earthworm Jim makes some angry gestures. Tai Cheetah is off to the box. I think that's probably what he was requesting.
He was very out of bounds, to be honest. It was a good hit, but he was very out of bounds.
Oh, everyone's crawling on the floor. Boomstick, nice work there to get his feet past those blockers. Pops the star back on as Earthworm Jim breaks the century. Comes in for another scoring pass.
Jumps past Mother Mercy. Boomstick on for his first scoring pass. Earthworm Jim.
Oh, and there we go with another ref. I think that's Duke Special again. Oh, God love her. That's 2 for Duke Special on the floor. She loves it.
I mean, is there like a tally thing going on? Like, do you get a prize if you're like
I've
the
got
most
bets.
taken
I've
out?
got bets going on. It's the only time I gamble. I've got money on 4 ref hits per game.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I'm joking. I would never do that to our refs. We love them. Wolf Nipple Chips up against. Oh, I think that's J-Rex jamming for North Wales. His first time with the star. It worked really well when they put Bankai out for a first jam.
Absolutely.
Fresh legs and all.
I was just about to say that. Obviously, you've got someone who's not quite as tired from being consistently jamming. Someone who does a lot of offence, so knows the theory.
Thought you just said someone who's offensive. I was like, all right.
Well, that as well. I think most of us are.
Let's not make this personal. Oh, big hit there on Dorset at the front. Oh, my goodness. 3-2 in that jam with North Wales with the 3. And 20 seconds left on the period clock for this half. So this will be our final jam of the half.
So it's Little Chef and Bad Twin on the jam line.
Which one did you say was Bad Twin's twin, do you think?
Tom Thump.
All right.
He's got a white helmet on. He's at the back. He's currently holding back Little Chef.
All right. I'll keep an eye.
Okay.
Little Chef tries the outside, edged out by a toe stop. And a cut track called on Little Chef. In the meantime, Bad Twin with lead status for North Wales and on a power jam.
So communication between North Wales and Bad Twin is excellent there. Oh, Bad Twin, I believe, taken out by his own blocker.
I mean, it happens to the best of us, doesn't it?
Stuff happens.
And with that last jam being whistled, we are in half time. Score sitting 110 to 56, so an almost exact score in favour, almost exact half score, sorry, in favour of North Wales. Dorset are lining up on track. It's fine, guys, you can have a rest now.
But it does, of course, mean that with that last jam called off, with Little Chef still in the box, we are going to start the second half on a power jam in favour of North Wales.
And we will start that in approximately 14 minutes' time, but do feel free to switch your stream over, however briefly, to the Roller Derby City track, where you can watch Norfolk versus Battersea Power. Norfolk currently out in front, 26 to 5, and we will see you back here in 14 minutes.
Bye, Z's. North Wales have both gotten lead 50% of the time as a team.
What are the odds of that?
What are the odds?
Literally, we don't know the odds.
I mean, Miami, help. Oh. Oh, okay. Are we on now? Okay. I'm very sorry. I've just been chatting to you while we're not even on the air. So I'm going to start again with what I was saying. So,
twice as good.
Oh, it's fine. So we're going into the second half of Dorset Knobs take on North Wales men's roller derby. So we're just looking at lead percentages, and both teams have gotten lead 50% of the time.
Yeah, and looking at the kind of whereabouts they acquired those leads, though, Wales were much stronger at the end, coming into the end of the second half. Dorset had a bit of a spate in the middle kind of between like 10 and 20 minutes where they were much stronger. But yes, both teams, splitting the leads, but a virtual half score though. So North Wales clearly able to take greater advantage of the leads and of the power jams.
So it looks like we've got about 30 seconds left before we go into the second half. So remember, we are starting on a power jam as Little Chef is in the penalty box for Dorset Knobs. It looks like North Wales are kind of doing a Australian World Cup tactic of putting 2 jammers on the track.
Just a little bit of another statistical analysis for you. So Bankai, who's number 3 on North Wales, only had 1 jam in the first half. So he jammed 1 out of the 12 jams, out of the 24 jams, sorry. But he got lead in that, and he got 23 points in that. And bear in mind that we've had other jammers go up for, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jams and get only 10 more points than him. He's obviously hugely successful, both as a blocker and a jammer. So we'll see if he takes the star again at all in this half.
So now North Wales have had one of their jammers return to the bench, so it is going to be Bad Twin who takes advantage of the power jam going into the second half.
And 5 seconds called.
So he's going to get an opportunity for a bit of a run-up with a pivot line start.
And we have Bad Twin taking the lead quite easily. Dorset Knobs kind of caught napping there a little bit, not really in a wall. As you can see now on track, they're going on the offense, but they're not together.
Bad Twin up for a scoring pass. Little Chef is back on track, hopping round, hit out by Tom Fump to deny the initial pass. This is the 5th time these 2 jammers have gone up against each other.
Like they're good friends. Big hit on the pivot there. That's Artie McSly for Dorset. Resets. In the meantime, Little Chef seeing an awful lot of the infield at the moment. Artie McSly was a nice shielding there to get him through, but taken to the outfield this time by Mishiwaki.
Bad Twin on another scoring pass, making it look easy as he bounced around that pack for a 5-point pass, but now Little Chef is out of his initial.
And Little Chef barely a quarter of a trap behind, now catching up to Bad Twin, who is hit out there by number 10 Benton Hammer and calls the jam after picking up 1 point on that pass.
So we're seeing on the jam line will be Earthworm Jim taking on Half-Life.
I hope Half-Life's a scientist. I hope it's something to do with science, that name. I love a derby name with a backstory.
I assumed it was a video game reference, if I'm honest.
Oh, I'm very bad at video games, as my housemate will attest to.
Well, I thought of a video game before I thought of science, which is actually what Half-Life is actually in real life.
Speaking of Half-Life, Half-Life is out of the pack, but it was on a no pass, no penalty, so he is not lead. I don't know if Earthworm Jim has realised that he is still eligible, that lead is still open. But there he goes, picking it up.
I mean, I think he's noticed now. He definitely had a little look to the ref there. So yeah. I'd hope that Earthworm Jim's now aware of it, as the jammers are literally neck on neck as they go into a scoring pass. Yes, he is aware as he calls off the jam.
Yeah, but Half-Life picking up 4 points there. 6 points, sorry. 2 points on that last pass. And it's Boomstick and Lily. Boomstick just swinging back and forth before the jam whistle goes, and now behind a North Wales wall. Just a gap there for Lily to pick up lead. Boomstick out of the pack and racing away. Wind blowing through his hair. Look at that turn of speed put on by Boomstick. He has caught up a quarter of a track and he takes the inside line. Unbelievable hustle there from Boomstick. And a nice little high five on the sides.
I mean, clearly his blockers are aware of the speed that he has behind him because they're just sprinting on ahead and they go, we know he can catch us.
Yeah, it's like, come on then, come on, show us what you've got. Put those wheels to good work. Speaking of wheels, thank you so much again to Radar, who are sponsoring our jam lines this weekend. I can see that Wolf Nipplechips, who is lining up, is wearing some Radar holos with that distinctive bright inside. That's a technical term.
I believe Bankai is as well.
Ooh, a double. And Bankai indeed using his wheels most effectively to cover the track all game long, but it is Bad Twin and Wolf Nipplechips jammers at the moment, and Wolf has picked up lead.
This is the first Dorset lead so far going into the second half. Wolf Nipplechips going to want to take advantage of this.
Wolf Nipplechips content to take that single point on that last pass, not risking giving North Wales more jam time to play with.
"25 minutes and change on the board with Squirm Jim and Little Chef once again facing up against each other on the jam line.
I like that phrase, 25 minutes and change. I learn more phrases every time I announce. In America, they say nickel and dime for points. Should we say pennies and tuppences? They're pennying and tuppencing the points, they are. Bit by bit, there they go.
I don't even know what nickel and dime means, but I'm well up for bringing back tuppence.
It's like the nickel and dime is like they're kind of almost trading points. So it's like, oh, you got 4 points this jam, you got 3. Like they're very like close little jams.
Okay.
Oh my God, sorry, I'm so busy talking about change and currency and what have you that I almost missed Earthworm Jim's spectacular little apex jump there, which picks him up a grand slam. 5 points on the board.
Little Chef is out for his initial pass, but is yet to score any points this jam. Squirm Jim using his teammates to pick up some momentum before calling it off.
Oh, he did a little dance on the side there. I do enjoy a jam call-off dance. Let's have a quick look at the score. 130 plays 63. So again, that kind of almost exact half score being pretty much held by North Wales, who are in control of the scoreboard right now, if not the jams themselves all the time.
But we did see it in the first half where North Wales were very much dominating to begin with, and Dorset kind of reclaimed that going into the later part of the period. So we could see a repeat of that as we go into the final.
Who knows? Maybe you are predicting the future. Nice little slide out there. Oh, I jinxed it. Sorry, Half-Life. But he is leads. You're allowed to go off the track when you're out of the engagement zone and pop right back on. And nice weave through the pack round J-Rex. Lily, in the meantime, also out on the initial.
North Wales are really on the offensive as both these jammers approach. Bankai with a hit out onto Half-Life.
Bankai just seems to be everywhere, always so aware of the pack, where the jammer is. Really, really nice, calm play there from him. So aware. I mean, I'm not even aware of where I am half the time. I think I'm in Stoke-on-Trent at the moment, but it's hard to tell.
I mean, with so many accents, like, we could literally be anywhere.
I mean, let's put aside the fact that there are literally about 12 coats of arms in this sports hall that say City of Stoke-on-Trent. Still very difficult. Bad Twin now up against Boomstick. And Bad Twin sees the inside. Oh, everyone's falling, everyone's tripping, things are happening. He's got his hat on, he's got the jammer cover on. Some things are too confusing for me to analyse.
Meanwhile, Boomstick is up in front, nearly out, but just with a hit out on the outside line, sees him all the way back to turn 1.
Right, let's reset. Calm down, lads. There we go. That was better. That was easier for me to understand. Bad Twin is lead. He checks his helmet, he checks his chin strap, he carries on.
There's been a star pass on Dorset over to number 88.
That's Artie McSly.
Second time he's taken the star from a star pass, I believe.
And both teams, as far as I'm aware, being pretty sparse on the star passes.
Yeah.
not using them as much as you might have some other teams, but nonetheless very effective this jam. RT McSly is out of the pack. And Bad Twin checks in with his bench, doesn't call it, though he's got his arms out in that kind of "Nyoing, I'm an aeroplane" style.
Meow.
And sees RT McSly entering the pack on the initial, doesn't call it. Interesting.
That is interesting.
I think he saw that RT had already picked up a point, so he thought, well, I might as well try and match him on this pass.
Yeah.
Maybe not, though. And
maybe he's just having too much of a good time. He was like, I don't want it to stop yet.
It is entirely possible. Nonetheless, 6 points picked up by Bad Twin in that last jam. 4 points picked up by Dorset Knobs.
I mean, you were saying earlier about we're not seeing many star passes, but realistically, we're not seeing many jammers get stuck for like ridiculous amounts of time.
It's
like,
true.
Most of the time when a jammer gets out, the other jammer's not that far behind them, so a star pass isn't as essential as it may be in other games.
Yeah, and I'll be really interested to see how that works. Oh! Sorry, couldn't even finish my sentence. That avoidance work there by Little Chef was just sublime. Just leaping over Earthworm Jim, who is leads.
But Earthworm Jim is watching him very intently. Calls it off before Little Chef can pick up any points.
And that's why you practice your jumps, folks. No, I was going to say, when you were talking about the kind of the styles we're seeing, you know, we are seeing those jammers escape the pack pretty quickly when they're not lead. It's going to be very interesting to see who they play tomorrow, because whoever wins this game, I think I'm correct in saying this, will go on to play Bristol All-Stars, who are very good at trapping the jammer, and their track coverage is just outstanding. So it'll be interesting to see how either team adapts their style to that. Oh my God, has there been polish on the floor? Lily's off to the box for a back block, but everyone's just sitting down. In the meantime, Half-Life with leads. Rolling Thunder off to the penalty box for a forearm. So a nice light pack on track.
That is exactly what Dorset are going to want to see for this power jam. Take full advantage. That's a 5-point pass for Half-Life.
Yeah, Half-Life, of course, picking up the so-called ghost points from those two in the box.
Dorset holding back Mushy Wookie, knowing he is a formidable blocker all on his own, but he manages to escape to join his teammates. Half-Life takes a few bashes, sees Lily coming back on track and goes, nah, I've had enough of that, and calls it off.
$56 points, I think, separating these two teams currently.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. But not an insurmountable differential to make up. 138 plays 82. Boomstick up against Bank. Is that Bankai once again?
It is Bankai. So last time he was up, he's only jammed once, but he did take lead.
And he did pick up 23 points for his work. Oh my God in heaven. That was a beautiful toe-stop slide. And Bankai is lead. Boomstick with no pass, no penalty. Second time that's happened to him this half. But what a turn of speed from Boomstick round the outside. Oh! Sits down in the outfield, drawn back by 766 J-Rex.
Boomstick hopping around on the inside, trying to catch up with Bankai, who's now out of his first scoring pass with 4 points.
And Dorset going into a full defensive lockdown. North Wales coming in to offer up the offense, just seeing Boomstick in time, but it's Bankai with the drawback. Oh, are we going to eat the baby? It's been a while.
I mean, Boomstick is not having it. You can see the smile on his face and he's saying, all right. But he's trying to tell his teammates to stop coming forward.
Apparently it's 2008 again, and we're playing stop motion derby. Was that the end of the jam? Did we call it off?
It was. So Bankai did the call off. I think he was watching for all of his teammates leaving the penalty box there. So quite good tactical work there, even though Boomstick didn't go back with him. Bad Twin and Wolf Nipple Chips on the jam line. Bad Twin takes the inside line. Wolf Nipple Chips attempts to follow him, but is slowed right down.
Yeah, really nice eyes there from Bad Twin. Just needed an inch of space to work with to get that lead. Comes in for a scoring pass, takes a wee bit of a fall, and is forced to reset behind the Dorset tripods.
Meanwhile, Wolf Nipple Chips is dealing some really hard hits onto North Wales, but keeps seeing himself sliding out on the outside.
Wolf Nipple Chips out on the initial.
Bad Twin hit out on the inside. Wolf Nipple Chips picking up that momentum with just one blocker left in front, but North Wales reforming.
Yeah, North Wales getting a little bit sharper now, but they're still not seeing that characteristic classic derby wall we saw earlier. They were so good at staying together. And this half, or certainly these last 5 minutes or so, they seem to be playing a bit of lone wolf strategy. I'm not sure it's going to play in their favour.
I mean, I've just been told by our excellent producer, Mimey, Wales this half have got over 70% of leads. So whereas last half it was a lot more equal, it was pretty much neck on neck. Wales have really brought it back in this second half.
Yeah, I mean, there is a 63 point differential between two teams at the moment. So the differential hasn't moved about that much.
No.
But I'm not seeing North Wales play as slick and sharp as they did the first half. Maybe it's tiredness. That said, Dorset aren't always able to take advantage of the walls being broken apart. They're maybe not as aggressive on the attack as they could be.
I think what we're seeing is more so than the first half is both teams are very much jumping on the offence. They're very much being a lot more aggressive with their blocking.
I think what happens as a result of that, though, is that we do get that, when you want to go on the offence, you kind of go, right, I'm going to go off and do offence. And then that results, if you don't have the communication there, it might result in one or two of you going off to do offence, and then your wall's not together. So we'll have to see. I'm not saying they're not playing smart derby because it's what works for them at the moment.
So this is Little Chef on the jam line, his 10th jam this game, up against Earthworm Scrim.
And Little Chef taken back almost immediately by Tom Thump, who's just playing a bit of cat and mouse there with him, drawing him back inch by inch. Oh, big hit.
That's Mushy Wookie with the hit from North Wales.
And in the meantime, Earthworm Jim with the lead for North Wales. Dorset once again in defensive mode at the back. Earthworm Jim throws a shoulder into number 37, Lunchbox. Oh, and Juke on the floor for the third time. God love her. Oh, Earthworm Jim. I think that is a low block being called on Earthworm Jim, leaving Little Chef on a power jam for Dorset Knobs, who are currently ghosting a player in the back, leaving Little Chef to just work his own magic. Oh! No pass, no penalty picked up by Little Chef, so points go on the board for Dorset this jam.
This is exactly what Dorset want to see. Taking full advantage of that power jam. A fence from Alex is on fire.
Yeah.
A jump round that outside line for a 5-point pass.
Alex is on fire for me is the blocker to watch at the moment on Dorset. He is very controlled in where he is. Earthworm Jim sitting in the penalty box right now. That is his 5th penalty, and it was actually a misconduct penalty. I do apologise. There's all these newfangled hand signals. But back he goes.
Ooh, another brutal hit from Mushy Wookie. Really proving himself to be a formidable blocker this game.
And Little Shep struggling to get up there and just waits the jam out. Oh, we heard that hit from up here. And we're high up. Let's have a look at that old penalty board. Oh, and Mimey has anticipated my every need. So Rolling Thunder for Dorset Knobs is on 4 penalties. No one else for Dorset is on more than 2. So, you know, relatively in a safe position right now. We had quite a penalty heavy game on this track earlier, which was Bristol versus Kent. So comparatively, this is a little bit calmer in terms of penalty box action. When Dorset ended that last jam, they have broken the century. So score now, as you can see in the top of your screens, 156 to 102. We are currently in a timeout. So it's a good time for us to once again thank our fantastic sponsors. This is the Just One Body track. Wonderful osteopath who will just sort all your aches and pains. And over on the other side of the hall, we have the Roller Derby City track. We do, of course, have Double Threat Skates, who aren't sponsoring anything in particular, but just roller derby in general. And Radar Wheels, who are sponsoring our jam lines this weekend. Thank you so much for everything you do for this sport and this community.
So we're being left in suspense here with what I believe is an official review being carried out. We will be going into Half-Life versus Lily on the jam line. They've both been quite equal jammers, I feel.
Yeah, no, I mean, they've both had varying degrees of success, but like neither one of them stands out to me as being like particularly like problematic or, oh no, you haven't done very well. Try harder. So we've got one of our referees currently over at the North Wales bench having a conversation there with the bench crew. I don't know if that means a penalty is going to be issued or if there's a clarification being needed, possibly on that misconduct that was issued to Earthsquare Jim. Whether there was confusion about that, maybe he had to sit 2 penalties, who knows? And now the referee is talking to Bankai in the box. Oh, and it looks like
Bankai's gone.
It looks like Bankai has actually been issued, unless I'm mistaken. We will clarify this for you, but Bankai is in fact leaving the track. 766. That is J-Rex has taken his place in the penalty box. So it looks like an expulsion has been issued because it wasn't due to accruing 7 penalties, was it?
No, he only got 2 penalties. So I'm assuming the last penalty that he picked up was worthy of an expulsion.
I think it was a misconduct from the signal the referee gave. I'd say it was misconduct. We will try to clarify that for you at some point.
Meanwhile, back on track, Half-Life has picked up lead for Dorset. Lily hit out on the outside line, being taken all the way back by Rolling Thunder. But Half-Life is up in front, up against frickin' Gnarly, and manages to get through with a 5-point pass for Dorset. Lily manages to get through on that inside line.
Oh, everyone's falling over. He's trying to call the jam. He's flapping his arms a wee bit.
So that's 6 points picked up by Dorset in that last jam. Hoping to keep that momentum going is Boomstick. And up against him is Dorset. Sorry.
Up against him is Dorset. The whole of Dorset.
The whole of Dorset. But he plays for Dorset. I don't know what my brain's doing. It's Bad Twin. Big hit out once again by Mushy Wookie onto Boomstick. Bad Twin is up in front, but Dorset are staying more together.
And Boomstick did have Dorset's biggest jam in period 1 with 10 points on the jam. And as we know, he's so fast. Oh, so close. Takes a seat in the outfield, is going to be drawn back.
I mean, Bad Twin has taken his star off, so he's either looking for the pass or the stash. Not quite sure which one yet. And it will be the stash as he manages to get through on the inside line. But Boomstick is chasing him down.
And 5 points going up on the board for Boomstick and Dorset Knobs, putting the score at 156 to 113.
Now, one thing I can't say that I understand, obviously Dorset running behind, not by much, but when they're in a position where they're getting lead, I don't know why they'd want to do the quick call-offs, because if they're in a position where they can score points, I'd want to keep it going personally.
I think it's to kind of curb the momentum that North Wales are getting, because North Wales, when they're on those multiple scoring jams, they're able to take advantage of Dorset's walls being broken apart. And I think Dorset at the moment are trying to maintain the control of how the game is being run, if that makes sense. I don't know.
I mean, that makes sense to me. Like, I believe you.
Again, I'm probably just making all this up, but hey, you're not paying me. I can say what I want. Within reason, of course.
So J Rex taking the star.
Is that J Rex's first time with the star, or has he had it once?
I think he may have had it once.
He's had it once in the first half, our producer Mimey says, so we'll believe Mimey. In Mimey we trust. Jam is on J Rex and Little Chef.
J Rex pushing the entire wall behind him. Little Chef.
Oh, and Little Chef being forced to reset there. In the meantime, J Rex picks up a lead jammer.
J-Rex using his teammate to get a bit of stability on that inside line and pick up a bit of speed. 5-point pass. Bit of a pilot there at the back with Little Chef trying to get through that wall.
Clean up in turn 2. There goes Little Chef on the initial. And let's look at how these walls are forming. We've kind of got a 2-and-2 situation going on. Oh, J-Rex with a lovely wee bit of backward skating in turn 3. Picks up points, calls the jam.
Oh, and another first-time jammer. So we've got frickin' Gnarly taking the jam line for North Wales. And he's taken on seasoned jammer Boomstick.
Some more fantastic stats from Mimey. North Wales have scored 60 in this period, but Dorset have scored 57. So
well, that explains why it's very, very close still.
Yeah, like you can see the differential just popping up slightly, but just as I say that, Boomstick is off to the penalty box. I think that's his first penalty. It is. It's a cut track, and it puts North Wales on a power jam. In the meantime, frickin' Gnarly is on his first jam, I believe, for North Wales.
Absolutely, he's coming around. Still no initial pass done. So close to getting out on that inside, but just taken out by Special K.
I've just got to say, I'm really impressed by the versatility, not just of these teams, but like I've seen quite a few teams this weekend put up slightly different jammers in the second period, maybe to give their main rotation jammers fresh legs, maybe to shake it up a little bit so the blockers don't know what they're expecting. But it shows the importance of being versatile within Derby and trying out these different positions, not pigeonholing yourself as a jammer, and indeed not letting your coach pigeonhole you as a jammer or a blocker, because sometimes that's making all the difference. It's giving a big jam like Bankai did earlier.
Oh, absolutely. And stat from Mimey. So frickin' Gnarly has now got a 100% lead ratio with that jam.
Yeah, he does. Go on, frickin' Gnarly. You do you, babes. You get that 100% with that one jam.
But also with changing up the jammers, I think as well North Wales are going to be thinking of playing the long game here, because assuming that they get the win, they've got to go on and play another game tomorrow and hopefully get through to the finals.
Yeah.
So they don't want to be in a position where they're tiring out their jammers so much that it then becomes a hindrance when they're playing again tomorrow.
It's true. I mean, conditioning, physical conditioning is everything in kind of weekends like this. I was at men's European qualifiers about a month back, and there was a team from Belgium, Mannequin Beasts, who played with 8 players, and they were playing 4 full-length games.
Oh, wow.
And they did incredibly well, but it was down to their physical condition, which I must say was very impressive. In the meantime, Bad Twin picking up lead, Little Chef out of the pack, giving chase half a track behind. And Banjo bracing, Alex is on fire. And Tai Cheetah at the front. Little Chef, nice work escaping that North Wales ball.
It literally was kind of hugging the inside line there, just gripping on by the skin of his toe stops.
Woo! Let's see what that's done to the score, shall we? A few more points going up there for North Wales, but Dorset outscoring North Wales in that jam 4-3. Score now 177 to 117 in favour of the team in green. Dorset has not scored since jam 14. We are now heading into jam 19 after this timeout for some more track repair.
We've got just under 5 minutes of gameplay left. Obviously the points differential has stayed pretty much the same this entire half. We have seen Dorset already bring it back from this sort of points differential earlier in the game.
I do think it would take a pretty major couple of jams though for Dorset to take the win at this point.
I do agree. I mean, it is not much time to get quite a lot of points, but we have seen crazier things happen.
This is roller derby. And Half-Life is really determined to not make it easy for North Wales. Everything's happening. Oh, but a cut track issued on Half-Life, and he is off to the penalty box. Earthworm Jim now in a power jam, not leads.
But an initial pass still not done by either jammer, so lead is still eligible.
Nice hit out there by Ultimate Fly.
Tom Thumb denying the recycle there.
Yeah. So, but Earthworm Jim able to reset and then pick up lead 50 seconds in.
Really politely stepping over one of his own blockers.
Oh, do you mind? I'm so sorry. Excuse me while I just step over you with these massive wheeled feet of mine.
Pardon me.
Coming through. Squirm Jim floors. Wow. Benton Hammer. Takes a while to get put back up.
Meanwhile, Half-Life is back on track. You can see he's really trying to make up for lost time now as he is sprinting into that wall. Bit of an assist there from Benton Hammer.
And Half-Life just checking the floor for a wee second. Resetting behind number 6-5 and number 9-5.
Oh, big hit down on the inside blocker on blocker.
Half-Life. Oh, some jammer hits out. Why not? You do you. I always think it's quite risky when I'm jamming to try to touch the other jammer because I know I'll get about 4 penalties simultaneously. But I'm not as skilled as these chaps, am I?
I mean, that is the standard procedure. You hit another jammer, you issue 4 penalties. That's like the law, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a special case.
So just having a quick team timeout.
And what a time. Should we talk through the officials for this game? Because I don't think we've given them their due recognition yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the officials for this game, in no particular order, are Pretty Miffed, X-Ray Ted, Bon Weasley, Mischief, All Askew, Hannah, Robert John Lawrence, She-Wolf, The Incredible Bulk, Steph Metal, Lucifer, Judge Gled, Errington, Cyborg, Julius Caesar, Quad Damage, Big Whoop, Says Who, Ref Metal, and Juke Special. They are your skating and your non-skating officials, and we love them to bits, we do.
Fun fact about Big Whoop, he likes to, partway through games, issue dance-offs.
And why not? I personally think that in the case of a tied game, which to be fair is pretty darn rare, but instead of having an overtime jam, we should just have a dance-off.
I mean, I'm all for them, personally.
Yeah, the crowd would love it. They are here for our entertainment. So, 5 seconds about to be whistled. 2 minutes 40 seconds left on the period clock. And an exact 70-point differential between these two teams in favour of North Wales. So we can pretty safely say that North Wales will be heading to the final tomorrow, but it will just depend on what score they put up. J-Rex on the jam for North Wales. Second time wearing the star this half. And he is lead. Nice tenacity past Banjo there. And a star pass affected from Boomstick to Alex is on fire.
I believe first time he's taken the star today.
Yep, and he's done a great job blocking, but let's see what he can do with those points. Nothing, because he's not going to be allowed to.
Oh, J-Rex, you're such a tease. Just looking at the penalties, we've not really got anyone in too much penalty trouble. We've got Rolling Thunder who's on 4 penalties, McLeod's on 4, Earthworm Jim's on 5, but with a minute and a half to go, I don't see it really being a huge issue.
You say that now, and now there will be 17 penalties in the last minute, 20 seconds.
Well, it'll make it exciting, so I'm cool with that.
And in the meantime, Wolf Nipplechip's not going to let North Wales run away just yet. He is lead for Dorset Knobs. Bad Twin has removed the star. Frickin' gnarly wearing the pivot cover, but Bad Twin drawn back by Rolling Thunder in turn 3.
Wolf Nipplechips with just 3 blockers to face, picks up a 5-point pass. Bad Twin jumping around that inside line, gets the initial pass done.
And if I were Dorset at this point, I would very much want to end the game on my terms. So controlling that jam, being really careful to not get penalties, not gunning for like anything dramatic, just finishing out the game my style. Oh, a cut track issued, a late cut track issued on Wolf Nipplechip. So Bad Twin. See, just as I was saying that, like he wants to end. Oh, I'm sorry, Dorset. I've just ruined everything.
But this does, of course, mean we're running to the full 2 minutes as Wolf Nipplechips had picked up lead, which was the 5th Dorset lead in this period, which just shows how much North Wales have dominated the control in this half.
And with that last scoring pass, Bad Twin has taken North Wales to an even 200s. And he's going to make it 205 with another Grand Slam.
The period clock is now done. So we're literally just working on the jam clock to keep this going. Wolf Nipplechips is out of the penalty box.
I think he left the penalty box early, actually. 4, 3, 2, 1 on the jam. And there it is with a last minute start pass to Rolling Thunder. It is not enough. And the unofficial score, which we will have confirmed for you shortly, is 207 to 125 in favour of North Wales Roller Derby. They will go on to face Bristol Roller Derby All-Stars tomorrow. And I can tell you, if I just have a quick look at my schedule, when that will be. So that will be at 1:30 or 1:45-ish, roughly around that time, on the Roller Derby City track tomorrow. So if you want to watch Bristol face off against North Wales, then that is where you need to be. And there we have it, the final score, 207 to 125. What a great game to finish off the day on the Just One Body Track. We encourage you now to switch your feed over to the Roller Derby City Track, where Norfolk are currently out in front against London Battersea Power, 139 to 67, with 15 minutes left to play. I've been Loud and Queer.
And I've been Stormageddon.
Our producer has been Mimey, and we have had a wonderful time. Have a lovely evening.